Hi, good afternoon. This is Angela. You're in the kitchen with Angela today. This Creole Roots girl. I'm coming to you in my kitchen. It's Saturday afternoon, and I just wanted to demonstrate some things about greens. I have some collard greens here today. I've already cleaned them and cut them slightly because I'm going to show you how I cut my greens. But this is going to be vegetarian style. So I'm going to be just a small demonstration. I'm not going to go through the full video. I'm going to show you how I start off. First, I start off with a boiling pot of water. Okay, I'm going to turn it down some. And then once I go ahead, I have one onion. I'm going to also use some tomatoes in a can with the green chilies for a little spice. I'm going to go ahead and use some cloves of garlic here. And I'm going to season them with Creole seasoning and things like that. I'm not going to use any oils or anything. Might use a little bit of sugar, a tablespoon of sugar for flavoring. But this is just a slight demonstration on what I eat. And this is going to be vegetarian, no meat. No meat at all. So I'm starting off first by slicing up a little onion. Just dicing it up. It's going to all cook down because I'm going to cook my greens for a while. So if something flies on the floor, don't worry about it. Everybody goes through that. So I'm just cutting up me one onion. It's a small onion. It's not even a full onion. Okay, so I'm going to get this in my pot to start boiling with the water. It gives it flavor, onion. Now I'm going to go ahead and smash my garlic. Just hit it with the back of the knife. Make sure the edges that cut are facing the opposite way of your body. So I'm just going to go ahead and dice up some of these pieces of garlic cloves. Guess I'll do two. I don't want it too garlicky. So I'm going to put that in the water as well. Then I'm going to show you how I cut up my greens. Sometimes I use the pepperoncinis to put in there too. That gives it a little more flavor. Because like I said, this is a vegetarian dish. I'm using water. No, I'm not using any broths or anything. This is straight vegetarian. Gonna keep my palate clean, my stomach clean, things like that. So now I'm gonna take some pieces of my collard greens here. They're very pretty, nice and green, and I'm gonna cut them up. You can roll them up like this, and then you can cut them. Let me move some of this stuff out the way. We don't want to get that in our pot. So then I'm gonna take and cut them like so. Like I said, everything doesn't need meat. This is my vegetarian portion because what I'm going to do next is this will be my Sunday dinner. My Sunday dinner is going to consist of fish and sweet potatoes with greens. That's what's going to be my Sunday dinner. So if I already have a meat portion, I don't need extra meat in my vegetables. Vegetables should come as natural as they possibly can to me, just to keep your body a little more healthy. Why not? If you already have a major meat on your plate, I don't think you need meat in your greens. And they taste good without it anyway. Some people like to use ham hocks, turkey, smoked turkey, all that kind of stuff. I just add some tomatoes with mine. Let it cook down till it's really tender for a couple of hours or more. And then once I do that, I'll pull all the juices off. You know, drain the juices. And then have some good old greens. And it doesn't, it's not a lot, it's just 2. And, because it's just me. If my son was here, then he'd probably join me, but he wouldn't eat a lot of the greens though. So he would eat a small portion and I would have to have something spicy thrown in it. I was thinking about making a little cornbread, but I decided against that. I don't want too many carbs, not bad carbs anyway. You can have a carb, which the sweet potato is a good carb, so that's my carb there. Plus the breading on the fish will be another piece of some carbs on there. So I don't need the bread. So I'm gonna go ahead and get these chopped up, let them continue to cook. And you'll see my finished results Sunday for Mother's Day. This will be a nice meal. I felt like eating some greens. So I said I'll get me some collard greens made. And you know, I found that my mother used to cook greens. She would take the collard, mustard, and turnip. She'd blend them together, mix them together, and it would be such a good treat. They tasted really good. They blend well together. One cast out the bitterness of the other, you know. So my mom was an awesome cook. Just getting this down and get it in the pot and let them cook up. I'll show you how I'm starting it off. I'm not going to put too much of that, the tomatoes in there because they can be pretty spicy. And I don't want to overwhelm my greens with a bunch of spice. Too spicy, you can't enjoy the flavor of the greens. So I'm going to balance it out with a tablespoon of sugar. Like I said, anything that drops on the floor, I'll pick it up. Yeah, so I also have some, you know, for later on. I can freeze them, put them in a container and freeze them. If I decide I want to eat greens again, I already have them made. All I have to do is thaw them out. And there you have it. I have my greens. They've been cut up. They don't want to forget these. They've been cut up. I added my garlic, my onion. Now I'm going to switch over so you guys can see my pot. And here's the pot of greens here. It's cooking. See that? So they're starting to cook. I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to add some Creole seasoning. I'm going to add a tablespoon of sugar. Like I said, that balances it out. You also can add vinegar, which I do that. I'm going to get my can of diced tomatoes open. I'm not going to put all of them in like I said. It's not going to be a lot. But it's going to be enough for some color, and it gives extra flavor too. So I'm going to take this and add some in my pot. Just take a spoon. And this is how they look. They have the green chilies and the diced tomatoes together. Yes, it is kind of Spanish. But New Orleans people, we're a mixture of everything. So it's okay. So I put that to the side. See, I've added them. And I'm going to let that cook down for a while. It's going to be a long while. I'm going to place a lid on them. I'm still going to add a few of those peppers. I like them, but not many. Just going to be a few. And a little vinegar. So, see, it's not many. I'll just add a few for more flavoring. Then I'll pull out my trusty vinegar. And I'll add a little vinegar to the pot. Not much. You don't want to overpower it now. Then what I'll do is I'll taste it later. Taste it later to see how it's going. And there you have it. This is how I do my greens. I'm going to let it cook down. I'll get back to you guys later. Probably Sunday. And I'll have my fish, my greens, and my sweet potatoes. That'll be my dinner for Mother's Day. Thanks for joining In the Kitchen with Angela. This Creole Roots Girl 47. I hope you have a wonderful Saturday. Bye.